All right. Hello, everybody. My name's Quinn. I'm your health fitness specialist with Exos at Autodesk. Today we have our abs and core class. So thank you guys all for joining, either with Zoom right now or on YouTube in the future. But today we're going to go ahead and stick with the same sort of program we've been doing, a little bit of a warm up, and then we have 2 circuits that we're going to do back to back a couple times through, and then we're going to finish with a nice little stretch, cool things down, and finish up the class. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to head over to our mats here. The first thing that we're going to do is our hamstring sweep. So what we're going to do is bring our heel out in front with the toes pointed upwards. We're going to reach our hands behind our hips, and keeping the fingers pushed down, we're going to sweep all the way through the heel and back up. Let's go a couple of times through, breathing in and exhaling out as you come back up. One more. And down. Good. Okay, go ahead and switch sides. In, reaching down, really all the way back behind those hips, down and up. We'll go one more. Down and up. Okay, let me go ahead and look at the view here. We're gonna go there. I'll just keep it there for now. All right. Next up, we have our side-to-side sumo squats. So we're gonna get a nice wide stance here, a little bit farther than hip width, and we're gonna go over to one side, really reaching into the side of the leg here, keeping this knee straight, and back to the other side. Really trying to get into the groin, the inside of the hip there. Nice, deep stretch. We go on the other side. Hey, Sue, thanks for joining. Go ahead and get started here. We're just going side to side with our sumo squats. Okay, next up, I'm just gonna see if I can pin myself here. There we go. Awesome. Okay, next up we have our cat-cow. So we're going down onto our hands and knees. And we are gonna drop the stomach down towards the ground, lowering the belly button and the spine. And then as we breathe in, pulling the spine up to the ceiling, tucking the belly button up to the spine, and relaxing back down. Getting nice inhale and exhale as we move through that mobility, really warming up the spine. I like to try and roll my shoulders a little bit, and you can kind of get a big, nice flowing movement there. Let's go one more, each direction, down and up. Okay, now we're gonna stay on our knees, but we're gonna bring our left leg forward here into a forward lunge. So what we're gonna try and do is we're gonna try and push our knee just out over in front of that toe. See how I'm really getting low into my knee here and pushing that knee out in front. So you might have to bring that heel a little bit farther back into a good spot to where you can really work good range with the knee here. Okay, so let's just do a couple little pumps here, pushing back and forth. Good. We'll go one more and switch sides. Okay, so again, getting that heel to a good spot where you can really push the knee over the toes, working into good, large range of motion here. Nice and easy, and pushing back evenly across all 5 toes. Good. We'll go a few more here. Okay, all right. We're gonna flip over onto our backs for the last exercise of this warm-up. And what they're gonna be, are glute bridges. So we're gonna have our heels flat down on the ground, shoulders flat, knees up, and you're gonna push off the ground through your heels to drive the hips up to the ceiling. So you're pushing through the heels, getting the hips up, tap down, back up, and hold. So I'm holding up at the top of the bridge for about 5 seconds, coming back down and immediately back up. Down, up. Good, finding a good little rhythm and pace here. We'll go a few more. Give a little hold. Last one. Really push those hips up to the ceiling. Should start to feel it. The backside of your hips. Right into those glutes. And down. Good. Okay. Now we're going to start our first circuit here. So we've got 6 exercises. Our first one that we're going to go through for 20 to 30 seconds is going to be bike crunches. Okay. So again, we're going to be down on our back, legs out straight, hands behind the head, and you're going to bring your right elbow up to your left knee and switch sides. So finding a nice even pace to just work for 20 or so seconds. Just nice and easy, twisting across the body, bringing those elbows straight to the knees. Good, few more here. And done. Okay, now we're headed into our Russian T-twists. So in this upright seated position, we're gonna have our feet flat on the ground. We wanna try and tuck our hips up, have a nice straight spine, really use those lower ab muscles here. You can bring the feet out and it'll make it a little bit easier to sit up taller. I'm gonna keep my knees up here, bring my hands out wide, and we're gonna twist, bringing that right hand down to the ground and that left hand up to the corner of the wall, pointed up right there where the ceiling meets the wall, getting a nice 45-degree line that we want to twist back and forth, side to side. Nice, getting those V's right down on the hips, those swimmer muscles. Let's go a few more. And rest. Okay, now we have bird dogs. So we're going onto our hands and knees. Okay, we're going to extend our opposite hands and our knees. So if we bring our right hand out first, our left leg is going to go back, keeping our weight evenly dispersed between the knee and the hand and back down. Try and find a good working pace here. Keeping that weight nice and stable. We're not shifting onto the knee or going too far forward, but keeping a good pace, kicking that leg straight backwards, really getting that heel up. Go ahead and switch sides. So left hand out, right leg back. Try and get that hand right underneath the shoulder. It's easy to have it come forward. So just making sure everything in our core is nice, structured, stable. We got a few more here. And rest. Okay. Coming back a little bit. we're gonna shake out our arms, our shoulders. For our next exercise, we've got push-ups, okay? But for here, we're gonna stay on our knees for now. If you wanna pop up onto your feet, by all means, but we're gonna get a nice and slow movement here. So as we come down, we're not going quick, but nice and in control, really trying to feel every little bit of the movement. Nice and in control. Pushing away from the ground, getting your body up and keeping those elbows tucked into the ribs. You don't want to flare out, putting the stress on the shoulder. Let's go. We got a few more. Nice and slow. Nice and controlled. You just want to control the movement. Let's go. One more. All right. Next up, we've got our 30-second plank. Okay. Forearms down on the ground. You're getting your toe up onto your toes. So bringing those knees up. Pushing the forearms away from the body. Keeping those hips up. Knees are supporting the hips. Elbows supporting the shoulders. And your entire trunk working together to pull that spine up and away from the body. Good. Deep breaths here. Stay focused, stay working hard. Few more seconds, guys, and down. Nice job. All right. We're back to it with those bicycle crunches. So flipping over onto our back, laying flat, heels down on the ground. Oh, sorry. Feet out extended. We're nice and flat all the way through. Coming up, bringing that right elbow, left knee, left elbow, right knee, twisting all the way across the body, getting those shoulders up off the ground, keeping our chest up as we move through and work here. Nice. Keep it up, guys. Keep it going. And rest. Good. Okay. Now we're sitting up with our feet flat on the ground. Hands straight out in front of us in a big T. And we're going to twist, bringing that right hand back. Left hand up. Trying to get nice, big rotations. Really trying to keep that chest up. And our spine nice and tall. We're not hunching our back too much, but trying to sit very upright here. Let's go a few more seconds. And rest. Good. Very good. Next up, we have our bird dogs. Here we go. So we're going hands and knees. Hands directly below the shoulder, right hand out, left leg back. Staying on this side, finding a nice pace, pressing out and back in, getting that leg all the way straight, pointing those toes out behind you. Go ahead and switch sides. Keep it up, keeping that weight nice and spread between the hands and knees. Getting a good pace, working hard, and rest. Okay, now we have our plank, finishing out our first round here. Last 30 seconds of the first round. Ready, up, getting those knees up off the ground, elbows pushing away, pushing your body away from the floor, keeping those hips up. Nice, engaged, cohesive trunk here. Everything working together. Keep that body up off the ground. Keep going. Still got a few more seconds. A few more. Keep it up. And down. Good. All right. We're going to go ahead, grab some water here right before we start our second circuit. Okay. So our first exercise is going to be heel tap crunches. So flipping around. Again, starting with our feet flat on the ground, knees up, shoulders down. We're going to crunch up and bring our hand to our heel. So very similar to those bike crunches, but now we're going hand to heel instead of knee to elbow. Good. Nice even pace so you can keep good work for the whole time. We got a few more seconds. And rest. Whew. Those get the abs cooking for sure. Man. Okay, now we have our double leg lift raise. So both feet at the same time. You're going to bring them up over the hips. You can place your hands directly below the hips to give yourself a little bit more leverage, but you're just going to swing the ankles up and down. So nice, big, long brush strokes with the feet. Imagine you've got paintbrush attached to your feet and you're trying to paint the ceiling. Just big, long sweeps. Reaching those toes up. Good. Keep it up. We got a few more. And rest. Good. Next up, we have our dead bugs. So staying on our back. You're going to bring the heels up off the floor. Bring your hands to your knees. And then that same opposite movement we were doing with the bird dogs, you're going to do here with the dead bugs. But we're going to alternate sides. So right hand, left leg, left hand, right. Switching back and forth between the two. Good. Bringing those knees back to the hand back to the knees. Good. Let's go a few more. Oh, try and keep that back flat on the ground. That gets them burning. And rest. Good. Okay, next up, we're going to flip over into an upright push-up position. Their knees up off the ground. We've got 20 seconds of shoulder taps. So bringing our right hand up to our left shoulder and left hand up to right shoulder. Switching back and forth. Again, nice even pace. Really trying to control the weight and not swing our hips too much. So if you notice your hips swinging, try and lock in on that shoulder stability just a little bit more as we finish out here. And good. And we're going to stay up in that plank position for 20 seconds of mountain climbers. So we're popping the knees up and bringing the knee up to the chest, getting a quick little pace here. Getting nice, quick knee drive up to the chest. Good. Keep it up. And rest. Down. Good. Okay, next up, we have our Superman. So laying on our stomach, we're going to bring our hands out in front. And so at the same time, we're going to pick our hands and knees up off the ground, pinching the shoulders down towards the hips, getting those heels Pulled back, trying to touch the back of your head, holding and down. And popping up, hands up to the ceiling, heels coming back, trying to touch the back of your head, pinching those shoulders down to the hips, and down, and up. Up, 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 and down. One more, up, and down. Good. Next, we've got our 20 seconds of side planks. So we're gonna roll under the side of your hips here. You can either keep your feet out in front or bend the knees or split your legs and have your feet a little bit wider. There's a couple different variations for stability there, but we're gonna go ahead and pop up, holding for 20 seconds, keeping those hips up, pushing with our elbow away from the ground, keeping those shoulders up, nice and strong, nice and flat. All one line from the shoulder down to the feet. Staying up, pushing up, and go ahead and switch sides. Nice and in control, pushing the body away from the ground, and rest. Good. All right. Whew, getting hot in here. We've got one more time through. We're going to start with those heel crunches. So laying flat on our backs, feet flat on the ground. We're going to sit up and bring our hand to our heels all the way up. Get a nice quick pace here as we finish out. When we're tired and we work hard, that's when we push our limit, and that's when we improve. Not when things are easy, but when we're faced with adversity, you start to see who you are and you start to grow into who you want to be. So let's keep working hard here. As we finish out, rest and go ahead and switch to our leg lift. So laying flat on the ground, feet out in front, hands down by the hips. We're going to swing up, painting the ceiling with our paintbrush feet as we come up. Good, nice long legs. You want to really reach all the way up to the ceiling there. Good. Keep it up, guys. Keep working hard. And one more to rest. Good. Okay. Next up, we have our dead bugs. So laying on our backs, knees up, hands on the knees, feet up, off the floor. And we're going to extend the right arm back, left leg down, and switch sides, alternating at an even pace. Still working hard, but nice and in control. We're not going too fast now where you start losing strength in the movement and start cheating yourself a little bit. But nice and in control, good even pace, moving with intent. A few more. And rest. Nice. Now we're flipping over into our plank position for our shoulder taps. Okay, so feet go back, knees come off the floor. Starting with the left hand, we're going to tap up to the right shoulder, alternate sides at a good even pace as we finish out here. Few more. Keep it up. Try not to shift that weight too much. And rest. All right, rock back, get a little break. And we're gonna pop up here for mountain climbers. So feet back, knees up, bringing the knee to the chest, alternating sides, working at a good, quick pace here. We only got about 5 minutes left. Let's make these count. Just a few more exercises, and then we're gonna stretch out. So really work hard and push yourself. A few more seconds. 2, 1, good. Or down, laying flat on our chest, feet and hands out, going into our Supermans. So as the feet and hands come up, we're pinching the shoulders down to the hips, heels trying to touch the back of our head, holding, and down, back up, and down, up, holding, holding, and down, up, holding, pinching, keeping the shoulders down to the hips, heels to the back of the head, down, last one, up, bring those hands up, heels up, squeezing the shoulders, and down, good. Last one, we've got our side plank. So hopping down onto our side, elbows down on the ground, popping the hips up, getting those hips nice and high. You can bring your hand up above you to try and, I like to see if I'm leaning too far forward or back, my hand will kind of let me know. Keep those hips up, push the forearm away from you, the ground away from you to keep that hip up. And switch sides. Pushing the ground away, getting that weight spread between the fist and the forearm down on the ground. Keeping those hips up. Remember, you can always spread out your feet or pop down to the knees, but we're almost done here. Okay, and rest. Whew, nice job, everybody. I know I was working hard there. That's tough. High intensity little set there. So good job. I'm working hard. Thank you guys for staying. We're gonna stretch out a little bit here with the time we got left. So we're gonna come into a lunge with our left leg forward, right arm coming up over the head, reaching, trying to touch our left hip with our right hand. Does that make sense? You're not actually gonna get there, but just try and reach for that point. Opening up front side of the hip and the side of our back here. And you're gonna drop your head forward, come down, and switch sides. Right leg coming forward, left hand coming up, stretching into this front hip here, really reaching back, getting into the side of the torso, and dropping the head down as we come out of it. Okay, next we're gonna sit down on our butts. We're gonna bring our left leg in towards the thigh, and our right hand is gonna reach down towards our right toe. If you can, just try and get to that ankle. If not, use the shin to help pull yourself closer and really stretch into that hamstring. Again, working into this kind of side part of the upper hip, getting into that torso abdominal area. We've been working a lot. Deep breathing here, trying to get all that oxygen back. Go ahead, switch sides. Reaching up if you want, stretching into that lower back, and also getting into that hammy. Nice deep breaths. All right. That is unfortunately all the time we have for today. I feel like I could keep going with you guys until 10 at night if I want to. But thank you so much for stopping in. I really appreciate it. We have my boot camp tomorrow at noon, and don't forget about our stretch breaks Monday through Thursday at 11, except for not this Thursday. And yeah, that's it for, I believe, our classes for the rest of the week. No classes on Thursday or Friday, but we will pick things back up again with a full week of classes next Monday.
Sounds good. And I'll be in tomorrow's 12 o'clock.
Awesome. Thank you,
Have a good
Sue.
night.
I'll see you around.
Bye.
Bye.